Do 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 do. Can you guess what today's video is about? Yes, it's another Harry Potter special. Now there will be one Barbie item in this video and 2 Barbie dolls, but the rest of it is Harry Potter, a Harry Potter special. So you might be able to spot I've got something in my hands here. Now you have seen this doll before, but I got another one for another reason, and then I've ended up having it for another reason, which I'll explain more later on in this video. Now in this video you're going to see some Harry Potter dolls that you've never seen before, actually some new release ones, and a Harry Potter craft that I've been up to. Now if you follow my Instagram page, my doll Instagram, the Doll Diaries, then you will have seen some sneaky peeks of what I've been making, and I said I'll have an up and coming video, and today's that day. That's the video you're going to see. So I've got basically an 8-minute clip of me making something up to a certain part, and then it stops. So then what I'll do is I'm going to send you over to that video now. Like, if you don't want to watch me making this item, then please forward it along. I do put timestamps in my videos now, so I'll pop that video in, and then I'll come back to you, and then I'll reveal the final thing of how it looks at the end. So I'll send you over to that video now.
I'm hoping to turn this piece of packaging that was from a Harry Potter doll, the one that came with the little trolley and the luggage case and Hagrid the owl, and Harry Potter's in his own clothes, and I'm hoping to use this bit of packaging and maybe make like a coffee shop background out of it. I'll probably have to maybe put the counter which I've got in front of this and kind of make that as a window, and make sure the bit at the bottom is covered. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing exactly, but I'm just gonna make it up as I go along, and I'm gonna attach it to some foam board. I think that's the plan at the moment. Right, I've got this piece of foam board. It was actually much bigger than this. It's 33 inches on the length. Now I've just cut it so it's now 13 inches high, because that is the height of my Kallax storage. So I want it to fit in there, so this is the height. Now I've got to work out where I want to score it so I can do some folds to fit this. So I still don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm just making it up as I go along, but as I do it I'll tell you what I've done. Now what I've done is I've measured in 13 inches and 3/4 from that side and scored a line. I do it with a pencil first, and then I scored it with this a nice fresh blade, and then I've done the same from the other side. And the reason I've done that is because I've decided, let me just remember what I'm doing here. I think I'm going to have that piece that measures 5.5 inches from there to there, so that's going to sit obviously on the other side, because obviously I've cracked this now and it bends. So that's going to sit, that piece is going to sit in that gap, and then that's going to be on, that piece is going to be on this side, and that small piece is going to be on this side. I might leave the other bits white, I'm not sure yet. As I say, I'm making it up as I go along. I've cut my first piece of flooring that's going to be definitely a fixed piece, and I've cut it 5.5 by 13 3/4, which is the length of this back piece and one of the long bits, and I'm going to literally stick it along there and along there, and then I'll come back to you. So that is stuck on now along there. It looks like I've cut it a little short actually, but that's not going to matter. And I think I actually made this slightly under 5.5 inches, just so I knew when I wanted to fold this it would fold. So now I've got to make the other flooring piece, which I don't know if I'm going to make it so it folds up, or if it's just going to be something I take out and put back in. I'm not sure, but I'll come back to you when I know. So this is a piece of floor that I cut earlier. I'm sure I showed you what I was doing. Now that is going to be a little bit short, so I just need to cut another piece, and I'll probably piece these two together. Now if this is going to sit inside like this, it is shorter, so I think that added extra bit would fit in, but I'll just have to measure it. So I've pieced a bit in here, and I've just made a pencil mark so I know that's how much I've got to cut off. If you wonder how I'm cutting them, I'm using quilting rulers and this blade. You could use an X-Acto knife, but this is all I've got. Now I'm going to stick these two pieces together with hot glue, and I'm using a mat underneath so it doesn't stick to my table. This is my cutting mat for doing patchwork and quilting. I've glued it and I've flipped it over, and there's a label on it, so if you were wondering what size this is, it's actually classed as an A1. That's what it originally started out as, and it's 5mm thick. And I've just been picking off the excess glue that's come out the bottom of it, but I'm actually thinking about putting a piece of paper for an extra bit of support underneath, or for a piece of card or something. So I've placed it all together, and now you can see this is the kind of playable area I'm going to have. So I'm probably going to need to do something to cover the floor to hide those lines, and I've got my back in, but there might be a little bit of extra work I need to do, but as I say, I'm making it up as I go along. Okay, I've made up a floor PDF on my Procreate, and I've printed it out a number of times, and I'm going to stick it down onto the flooring today. As you see, I've got Harry standing here. He's the second-hand Harry that I picked up from eBay. He basically completes my collection of these Mattel Harry Potter dolls. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his glasses, his jumper's a bit tatty, but I'm just delighted to have him because you know, it was a little bit expensive to buy new because I've had to get him from overseas, and they were charging a higher price anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my paper cutter. I'm going to cut off these white edges, and I'm going to decide on an adhesive I'm going to use to stick these down on the flooring. It might be like a glue stick kind of glue that I decide to use, or a double-sided tape. I'm not quite sure yet, but nothing wet because this is just printer paper, and it would go all bubbly if I did anything with that with wet glue. Okay, so I'm off to do that now. So I've just cut it off the two sides for now, and I'm going to put that into the corner. Now what I've realised is this piece of floor that's loose, when I want to store it and put it inside and close it, it will fit going sideways like this, but if I want to store things in it, it's going to hinder the space that I have. So I'm actually going to do a fold in this flooring piece, just so it folds down at the top as well. I've cut a tiny little wedge out here just so it fits better in this corner here where there's a bit of cardboard sticking out like that. And then what I'm thinking of doing is I'm actually going to bend it round here so it covers up the edge of this. It looks like I'm going to get a little bit of a white gap there as well, so I might actually take a little bit off this corner just so it fits in better.
Right, welcome back. So what you'll have seen is I've bought this doll before, and I basically used the packaging to do a craft with it. And if you wonder what it ended up looking like, I am going to show it you. As I say, you'll have seen some sneaky peeks on the doll diaries, but here it is. This is how small it is when it's all folded up. But I am going to get it out, and I will do a video, and I'll put it on at the very end of this video, and I'll film it. But what I'll do for now, I'm going to show you some photographs of what it ended up looking like. So yeah, I've got a few different photographs, ones with some different scenes, and then my final thing is I've put a Barbie baking set in it. It's basically a baking counter where you actually use like plasticine or you know, what do you call it, Play-Doh, and you can make cakes with it, which I haven't actually done that with it. I've just kind of left it all intact as it came and just put all bits together. And there's a doll that came with it, a Barbie doll in a little apron and thing, which I've used, and I've actually used the coffee shop Ken fashionista doll to go with it as well, and they're actually all inside of that now. So yeah, but what I'll do at the very end, I'm going to do a little video and I'll put it on with a bit of music for you to see it all on display, so I'll have to get it back out again when I finish filming. But what I ended up doing is my husband said Harry Potter needs some glasses, so this is the Harry Potter that basically completes my collection. And as I said, I've had to buy him second hand. He did have the golden snitch with him, he has got all his clothes and his boots and everything, and his broom. So yeah, I haven't got put him on his broom yet actually. I've just been using the broom for little photo opportunities. But yeah, they sit on them like that, and they put their feet on there, so yeah, and they can hold on and things. But yes, he hasn't got his glasses, so he does look rather different, doesn't he, without them. So what, I had a look online to see if I could get any replacement glasses, and I couldn't seem to find any, so I thought it'd probably be better if I just bought another doll, one I've already got. So this is what this was all about, but I've decided I can't do it. Basically, I'm going to keep this one for display purposes. I'm actually going to make some room. I can't put it there at the moment because I've got something sticking out too far, but this box sits perfectly in my Kallax, so I'm actually going to use it in a Kallax where I'm storing things behind it, and then put this at the front so it looks decorative. And what I love about when it's in the box, it's basically Harry disappearing into the wall. So that's what happens in the movies at station 9 3/4. He has to walk through the wall to get to his, basically where he gets on the Hogwarts Express. Sorry if you wonder why I'm angling this. The light will reflect and you get a big ring on there because I've got two lamps, craft lamps, that are in a circle. And yeah, so and they show up on the plastic, unfortunately. So yeah, so I've got that one. So yeah, I don't want to take his glasses, but I have got one of these that I've already unboxed that you've seen in a previous video, but I'll just pop Harry over there. So yeah, so I hope you've like seen my final piece and seen how small it closes up. But like I say, I'll get it out at the end. Now, because I'd completed my Harry Potter doll collection, these are the Mattel dolls, and again, still this doll needs some glasses, and I am going to make a Quidditch stand for him like I made for the Malfoy doll, the Slytherin. I'm going to do the Gryffindor one for him now, but I have started a new collection of Harry Potter dolls. Now, I am more into realistic looking faces, which these are. They're very in proportion, but I must admit I've fallen in love with these other dolls that are smaller. They're like 8-inch dolls. I think they're 8-inch, and they've got big faces. Right now, if you've been watching my my doll series, you might have been, the eagle-eyed in you might have spotted a sneaky peek of them. Now this is Luna, the Luna Lovegood doll. Now this is her in her own clothing, and she's got a Gryffindor supporter. Now Luna is actually in Ravenclaw house. She's not in Gryffindor, but she, in the films and the books, she will support Gryffindor, which is rather nice when she, you know, her team aren't playing. And this is meant to be her own clothes, and she's got her little Gryffindor flag and her Gryffindor hat on, which is very lovely. It does come off. I have photographed this doll actually. Maybe I'll pop the photographs up on the screen for you to see. Now she did come with a school uniform, and she has got this necklace. Now I don't know if she had the necklace on in my photographs, because I actually dropped it when I unboxed her, so I can't remember if I found it or not in time for the photographs. But she did come with a school uniform. Now I haven't actually dressed her up in her Ravenclaw uniform, but I did give it to the Mattel Cho Chang doll. Now there is a Cho Chang doll, and she comes in her ball gown outfit. I might have some photographs pop on the screen. So basically, she hasn't got a uniform, and there isn't a uniform doll, so I actually put her uniform on Cho Chang, and it was so funny. It looked a little bit, you know, a bit risque, should I say. You know, it's rather short. It looks more like if you were dressing up in a school uniform for a fancy dress, more than an actual school uniform outfit. And I'll pop some photographs up on the screen and you'll know what I mean. And I found it quite funny because I posted a picture on Instagram saying no wonder you know, Harry and Cedric Diggory wanted to take Cho Chang to the ball, because, you know, she looks rather good in a uniform. We're just having a little bit of a joke. So so I've had a little bit of a giggle, and yes, it does look a little bit different to Ginny's uniform, doesn't it, and Hermione's. So it's been rather fun, but I have left her in that because I've got two Cho Chang dolls, so one I use for the uniform and one I use for her formal Your Ball doll as well. So that's been rather funny, doing those little doll photographs. Well, anyway, this is where it kind of began. This doll was actually on sale in my local Smith's toy store, and obviously I've had that fun with the uniform and things. And then they've got some new releases, so they've got some basic uniform dolls, which I've actually asked for my birthday, which yes, so those are going to be coming. That's what I've asked for my husband and my boys for my birthday, so those will be coming in the future, the ones. But the new release dolls I've actually I purchased myself, and here is one of them. Now you might have spotted it sitting on this shelf. Now I'm going to I might be turning that into a Harry Potter shelf, maybe for this style of doll, unless I do what I've been doing with the Barbie dolls and basically keeping them kind of in storage and then getting them out for photographic purposes. I've got some Barbies that are out all the time, my Minnie's out all the time, and whoever she's dressing up, and my hairdresser and things, and I have a few here, don't I, and I have a few here, but generally they're in storage and then I get them out as I want them. But yeah, but the Harry Potter dolls, most of them are kind of out all the time. I've got some on display here, I've just got them out all over the craft room, I've got a display over there. So yeah, they stay out most of the time. Excuse me, I just want to wipe my nose. Right, yes, the hay fever hasn't totally gone. The sun has come back. We're going to get another heat wave, and it's rather warm today. Actually, we've been enjoying the sunshine. We went to a theme park called Alton Towers. I was going to do a little bit of vlogging and things there, which I started off in the car, and I recorded some fish and things in the lake. It's a really stunning place. Maybe some videos will be popping up while I'm talking to you, but unfortunately I didn't get hardly any footage at all because I was too busy enjoying ourselves, so it didn't really warrant a video of its own. So yes, so just a little side piece in one of my videos. Well, anyway, this is the Harry Potter doll. I've taken a photograph of this box and at the back, so I'm safe to get it out. And the other one, which you haven't seen a sneaky peek of, is this one. And it's actually Ginny Weasley and Hermione. Now, Ginny comes in a uniform and Hermione comes in her own clothes, but they've actually got an outfit. It might be a Your Ball outfit looking at it. Obviously, Ginny is in the year below Harry and Hermione and Ron, so she wouldn't have gone to the Your Ball for the same year as her brother and the others. But yeah, but it does look like a kind of a formal dress up. So yes, I've taken a photograph of the front of this and the back. I'll actually show it you here actually, if it's not getting too much glare. The photographs are probably better, but yeah, I'm going to debox these in this video. So yeah, so I'm going to get to see them in you at the same time, which is exciting. So I'll grab my scissors. Obviously there's going to be certain parts of this video I'm going to be cutting out because it's going to be rather boring watching every stage of unboxing. Now, I don't know how you are supposed to open these boxes, but if you are buying these for a child, I would recommend adult supervision or open it yourself, because yeah, I've hurt myself opening doll boxes. I've taken a chunk out with packaging and things, so yeah, so I would recommend, and I'm having a bit of difficulty. I've scored with some scissors at the bottom and I've cut into it, but there's some rather sharp edges. I'm going to have a go at yanking now and I'll see what happens. Yes, now I've done that, it is coming away by tearing. Yes, so my recommendation is, if you're opening these with a child, adults get into the bottom of it along here, make a start at pulling it off, and then maybe the child could pull the rest of it off, and then it comes off quite nicely then. And here we go. Here is Harry, and look, he's got his jumper on that Ron's mum knitted for him. Obviously it's not knitted like a knitted jumper with needles. It's like a fuzzy kind of feel, but yeah, I'll investigate further as I get him out. Okay, 5 snips of plastic and Harry is out. You know, one round his waist, one round his legs here, I think. Maybe around here, and his arms, and here he is. Isn't he lovely? So can you see what I'm saying about these dolls? They're more like cartoon kind of looking dolls, aren't they? So yeah, he's really lovely. Now what is really lovely about these dolls, they've got beautiful eyeballs. They're glossy. The glasses would come off. There's some elastic holding them off. The same with these dolls. That's why obviously Harry has lost his glasses. He's just dropped the golden snitch. You have got to watch it. They don't lose these actually. I might put actually a little bit of elastic on Harry's hand with that golden snitch so he doesn't lose it. And yeah, you can see his little scar here. His hair is plastic moulded on, and there is Velcro down the back, so you can change this doll, and he has got a change of clothes, which I will be getting out. So yes, Velcro down the back and Velcro at the back of his trousers. I'll just have a look at his shoes. His shoes look removable. There's actually plastic on those, and I don't know if how much articulation these dolls have. So he will bend at the shoulder. He doesn't bend at the elbow. And actually I didn't check Luna, did I? So he can put his arms out to the side, and he can put them up in the air and down, that kind of thing. But he can't bend at the elbow, and he can't bend at the knees. But these dolls, they're not too bad for sitting because they're very small. They sit quite well like that. But you're not going to be able to sit them and bend their knees to go on a chair if that's the kind of doll you're after, unless you want to debody them and put them on something else. Maybe there's some creatable world dolls, maybe they'd be suitable. They're a little smaller. I have seen somebody put Jackson from Barbie Big City Dreams movie and Barbie It Takes Two. I've seen people put Jackson, this size doll, on a creatable world doll. It's made Jackson a little taller, I think. And I've also seen Karma's World doll, Winston. Bear with me, I've had doll domino effect and they're all just falling everywhere. Right, I'm back with you. I've decided to remove this yoga Barbie from the scene because she's not an actual. These are more like characters from these TV series, which this one isn't. But I do think this doll looks like Nikki from Barbie's films, earlier ones, not the recent Nikki, but how Nikki used to look. I don't know what you think. But anyway, we're not going to do too much Barbie chat, are we? Because this is Harry Potter. But yeah, back with you. What was I doing now? Oh yeah, I was showing you Jackson. So yes, you can do some head swaps. I haven't seen it done, and I haven't done it myself, and I'm not planning on making these dolls more articulated, because obviously making dolls more articulated does add to the expense of doll collecting, because then you have to buy dolls to swap the heads, or if they're dolls you've got anyway, it's not too bad. But yes, I'm not going to go down that road with this doll. I'm leaving them as they are. So yeah, I'm guessing Luna is the same actually. I'll just pop Harry there. Yeah, she doesn't have any bendability on the elbows and knees, but she bends everywhere else. The heads, they're quite stiff. They don't do much movement like this, but you can move them from side to side. I suppose it just makes them a little bit more robust for children to play with, because I can imagine you've got to be a bit more careful with the made to move bodies. Just plonking Luna's hair in that empty glass, and it's kind of giving her a bit of stability, because I've not actually tried to stand these dolls in independently. Now I do think these dolls, as long as you weren't knocking them and you got the balance right, I think you could get them standing like that. That's Harry standing all on his own with no support. I've kind of just thrusted his body forward a little bit like that, and it's kind of counterbalanced him, but obviously they could be knocked over easy. So anyway, I'm going to get Harry's accessories out. He comes with a cloak of invisibility. Now, I've never had this with my other collection of dolls, my Mattel ones, so I don't know who makes these. The artwork looks the same. Wizarding, it just says Wizarding World, which it says the same actually on the Mattel version of the Harry Potter dolls. But basically it looks like it's elasticated, but it's not, it's gathered, and there's Velcro, so it'll go round the neck. I almost don't want to put this on Harry now he's standing all on his own, but I will do. No, I knew that would happen. So actually I'll show you what it looks like. It goes past, it will drag along if you walk him. It's got good coverage to cover him up, and his wand is sticking out. I suppose it's meant to go over his head really, isn't it? It's not really meant to go over round his neck, but I suppose if it was round his head, that head is so big, I think you're going to see his feet in this, aren't you? Right, this comes with this shirt for Harry. It looks very similar. I think it's supposed to be this shirt, isn't it? The checkered one, the one that he wears when he's in his own clothes, basically, not his uniform. I'm going to pop this on him. I must admit, I do prefer this outfit. That's what I think I really like about this doll as well, is that you don't get this outfit on the Mattel dolls. It's something different, isn't it? But I think this is the one I'll probably leave on him. Right, I've tried to remove that t-shirt without removing his wand, and it's come off. And now the plastic elastic is inside the sleeve. Let's see if I can pop it out. Yeah, I've popped it out. Gosh, these dolls are adorable. They kind of look like younger versions of the characters, don't they? They these big heads and big eyes. That's him in his shirt. He looks lovely, doesn't he? I've sat him down for a moment. So I've got everything out now, but I'll show you what I've removed. Now, this comes with Hedwig the owl. So, oh gosh, it's a bit different to the other owl, isn't it, that came with this pack. The only other owl I've got is this owl that came with the other one. This again looks more cartoon or a baby owl compared to this one. This one looks more mature. Maybe these dolls are probably aimed at a younger audience, but as we know, I'm very young-minded. Right, what I will say is this owl doesn't appear to clip onto Harry as easy as the other one. I'm having a bit of trouble. It feels like it's just his arms are too thin to make it grip. Maybe there's a really good point to do it. No, unfortunately, I cannot get that to stick on his arm, that owl, or balance. Maybe if you wanted to do it and then leave it on there, you could use some elastics and things to secure it on that way. But yeah, it just doesn't want it. Maybe I can balance it, look, against his head like that, but it could just fall off. So yes, that's unfortunate, isn't it? So he looks like a scarecrow, doesn't he? And one of the other items is his broomstick. Now, the only other broomstick I've got for Harry is actually the one that I got with the second-hand one. So thank goodness he came with the broom, because I haven't got a broomstick with any of the other Harrys. Here he is with his broomstick. Should we give him his wand as well? Unfortunately, no Hedwig. I think his wand could fall out easy. Yeah, he definitely needs some elastic back on there to hold his wand on. I actually really like that shirt on him. I know I said I was going to leave the one with the H on it, on him. But yeah, I really like that one. It really suits him, doesn't it? So I'll pop Harry here. Right, I decided to balance him here against a mug, but he's actually standing on his own. He preferred that. And he comes with this little, I think it's the is it Mulderer's map? I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's basically a map that disappears, and I think only the owner can see the map, but if anyone else looks at it, it all disappears. And that's how Harry finds some secret passageways during the books and the film series, and it's in some plastic. But I must admit, I am tempted to keep it in there because it would look after it. That's how it looks up close. There is some print inside of it, and there's nothing on the back, that's just the cover. So yeah, I'm going to pop that back in the plastic to take care of it. Hedwig won't sit on Luna's arm either. I just tried. Now I'm going to open the Hermione doll and the Ginny Weasley doll next. But there's one thing I want to show you that I have showed in my doll diaries before, but in other videos. I've managed to get this Christmas decoration I think it's new to this year, and it's a Hallmark decoration, and it's actually the Hogwarts symbol, which is actually on my top, look. And it feels like ceramic. You could break it if you dropped it. And so yeah, I managed to get that, which I have shown my viewers before, but you might not have seen it if you're quite new to me. And this is another hanging decoration, which is from a Hallmark again, but I actually took the hanging piece out of it because I use it as a set of books for the dolls, for some doll photography. So right, time for the girls. I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to score the bottom of it. There's a nice little picture here which I might try and save that, and I could put it up in one of my displays. So this is how it's looking. Excuse the state of my hair today, I haven't really done anything with it. Now it's taken me a tad longer to get Hermione out than it did Harry, and that's mainly because she's got a lot of hair and I just don't want to risk cutting her hair and things, but she's adorable. Look at that little face. Now I know that these kind of dolls might not be everybody's cup of tea, you know, like some people are into this, you know. Have you ever seen the Blythe dolls? They're very similar to this, like big heads and things. Some people are really into that kind of doll and not into the fashion dolls. I'm mainly into fashion dolls, but you know, I am open-minded, and these between Harry Potter have really captured my attention. But isn't she adorable? She looks like a little girl, doesn't she? Very Blythe looking. Now these are quite good because if you have got a smaller doll house, because Barbie size dolls are 1/6 scale, and obviously they need quite big furniture and big setups and things, don't they? Well, not as big as like American Girl and our generation dolls. They're 18-inch dolls, so they use very large scale items, but these you could get away with smaller furniture. I don't know what scale you would class this as. It's not as small as the 1/12 scale like your typical doll house, but you probably find with their small bodies it's the heads that make them big, so you could probably use them in quite small doll houses, which is rather good, isn't it? Do you know what? I love these even more now I've got them out the boxes. I just can't wait to display these. I think I need them out on display all the time, not in storage. So please stand just for a moment. Oh, Luna's gone. This is a nightmare. I think I need to lower the camera so I can sit them down. What do you think? Shall I? That's better, isn't it? Right, let's move this mug now. If you could see how I'm sitting, you'd find it comedic. There's nowhere for my knees or anything here. You can just about see their heads, can't you? Let's get Luna. Oh, that's something from the Sea Life Centre, which I'm going to include in my one of my doll diary videos, but not my Harry Potter one. That's better, isn't it? You might be seeing it missing off the top of my head, but unfortunately you see more of me now. See the stage of me. Oh, I don't know too. I've just got a pair of denim shorts on, and this obviously is a pyjama top, isn't it? But I just wear it for my videos, my Harry Potter ones. Now these come with some stickers. Now I didn't mention the Luna one, but the Luna came with some Luna. Harry fell off then. What it is, there's a cutting mat here, so their legs are kind of elevated a little bit. So these dolls come, I think they're stickers. It comes with a Ginny Weasley sticker and Hermione Granger. They're in plastic at the moment. Now Luna came with some as well, but none came with Harry, unfortunately. Now, I'm not too upset about giving Luna's school uniform away, because the doll I've asked for my birthday is actually a Luna Lovegood doll with her uniform on anyway, so it means I'd have one with her clothes, her own clothes, and her uniform. Gosh, these dolls are so cute. So here is Ginny Weasley, Ron's sister, and she's wearing her Gryffindor uniform and she's got her school bag. And the hair is really lovely quality on these dolls. I can feel some plastic in the back of her head, which I'm going to have to remove with some pliers. Actually, I'll do that now while I think about it. That was partially successful. Why I say that is, I think there's a piece of plastic still left in her head from one of the pieces, but the other piece, it came out quite cleanly. And the dress is nice, actually. The dress, it's all one piece, actually. It's not separate. It's got this glittery tulle over the top, which I know they don't have with a school uniform, but it's nice. Actually, Hermione, I think hers is one piece as well. Yeah, it's one piece. Luna, it's a two-piece. It's two separate pieces. I was going to talk about the fabric of Harry's one, actually, wasn't I? It is a jersey fabric, so it is knitted, but not like knitted that you can really see the knit, if you know what I'm saying. It's a non-fray, basically, material, because they haven't had to overlock the edges or anything. His other shirt feels quite polyester-like. So here is Ginny's dress, which I'm presuming is a your ball dress, and her necklace is on it. I can't remember what she wore in the films, and I can't remember if her ball was in the films actually. I don't remember. Maybe it was. I'm not sure if all the year groups attend the Your Ball, if they just pick a certain year group. I'm not entirely sure. Now Hermione's has stayed. Where's the hanger? There was a hanger for Ginny's dress, but for Ginny's dress, but it seems to come up at Hermione's on a hanger, and the necklace is on there. Maybe that's what I heard drop. Yes, I have got to go looking for a coat hanger. I'm sorry if you've heard a lot of door banging in the background of this video, but all my family are here, my 3 boys and my husband, and there's football watching going on by my husband, so there might be some cheering or shouting as well. Now, this is Ginny's pet, which I haven't got with the other dolls. Actually, I don't know what it's called. I'll ask Alexa. Alexa, what is the name of Ginny Weasley's pet?
Here's something I found on the web. According to fandom.com, Ginny and his family own 3 pets: Doodle the poodle, Yertle the turtle, and Matt the cat.
Did you hear that? It doesn't tell you what this thing's called. It's got a funny name. Can anyone remember? If you can remember what it's called. It's a pink fluffy thing. If you remember what it's called, could you put it in the comments, please? I'd really appreciate that. Because Alexa, I don't think she told me in that answer. Now this comes with a book, which I'd say is Hermione's, would you? She's the bookworm, I'd say. This set comes with a trunk, which is fab, isn't it? Oh, wow. This is fantastic. It's actually got a hanging thing, so I definitely need to find that coat hanger. I don't know where it went, actually. When I got it out, it just disappeared. I will go looking for it. But that's fabulous, isn't it? It's like a trunk that's a wardrobe at the same time. There's some little black shoes, which I think are Ginny's. I will photograph these so you can see them better. And some pink shoes, which I guess are Hermione's. And there's one Gryffindor cloak at the bottom, which I'm guessing is Ginny's because she's the only one in a uniform in this set. That's what she looks like in that. Right, I've had a real good look for that coat hanger on the floor and I cannot find it anywhere. So hopefully it will turn up someday. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to send you over to a video where I've photographed all of these and I've videoed my little Harry Potter display that you saw me making at the start of the video. So I'll send you over to that now. So I hope you like seeing that. So thank you so much for joining me for this episode of my Doll Diaries, another Harry Potter special. And I have got a Harry Potter related storage box coming at some point, which I'll be able to show you. And hopefully when it's my birthday, I'll have a bit more Harry Potter stuff to show you. Oh, and some more exciting news. There is a new release of the Mattel dolls where you get a Harry and a Ron doll, and it comes in the flying car. So that's all pre-ordered, so when I get that I'll show you that as well. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.